Hi guys, welcome to another beer review. Already done this one as part of a live hangout with my good friend Dean over at Dean's Beer Reviews. So I won't be going as much into detail in this video, fingers crossed. Probably will end up doing so anyway. So if you want to find out a bit more of my opinions on this beer, I welcome you to check out that link down below. Excuse me. So we're going over to Ireland, to the St James's Gate, Dublin, and we're looking at the Guinness Extra Stout, which is clocking in at 4.1% in a 330ml bottle. You can get 500ml bottles here in Germany as well. And yeah, I think the UK equivalent would be the Guinness Original, I believe, and I'm sure we used to be able to get the foreign extra stout here in Germany. You probably still can, but I've not really seen it. I've only really seen this and the regular Guinness in the 4-pack cans, but that's really expensive for what it is. So yeah, an iconic beer nonetheless, and one that I think a lot of you guys have tried before. And yeah, iconic looking label. Nice neck label, there's the crown. The thing with Guinness is they're always like rebranding, it seems, and different territories have different versions, and then next thing you know, those beers that were like available only in America are now available in the UK. It's really hard to keep up and keep track of the different beers available from Guinness. But for me, I've got a hell of a lot of time for these guys. If you look up the history of them, you know, some great achievements, and especially when it comes to back in the day with their workforce, and you know, interesting history when it comes to like World War II as well. Yeah, very intriguing brewery indeed, and thankfully they're still with us. I really enjoy a good Guinness, even like a pint of extra cold back in the UK. It's one of my go-to drinks when I'm in a pub, just because it's so smooth, it's nice and chilled, not overly flavoursome, even when it's like at room temperature, but it's so drinkable at the same time. Plus, I never get hangovers when I'm drinking Guinness like that. But yeah, so let's just get it poured into the glass and see what we get. Gonna leave it at that because I'll just end up with a massive head. So, beer in the glass then. And that to me is a really dark, intense, sort of like mahogany, but when you hold it up to light, ruby hues are coming through. I don't know if it's technically, well, it's not technically a clear beer if you can't see it like that, but you know what I mean. Nice dark in appearance. I poured mine with about 2 fingers worth of a tan coloured head, a mixture of compact bubbles and then some bigger bubbles. And yeah, it looks like a good stout so far, almost coffee-like in appearance. So we'll see what we get on the aroma then. And it's that roasted sweet malt character that is the star of the show and in your face with this beer. Underneath that you get that slightly musky sort of malt character as well. Getting like small hints of chocolate in there, more on the darker side. A little bit of a nutty character. And then you get a very subtle earthy hop spiciness coming through as well. But yeah, it's that lovely caramel sweetness that is, like I said, the star of the show. There are like slight dark fruits in there as well. And it almost has like a very slight peated aroma to it, but yeah, a lovely smelling brew indeed. So we shall get on with the tasting. Cheers. It's a lot more drier when you actually drink it as opposed to the aroma. I'm getting that like tobacco smoke sort of thing going on with this one. Again, that roasty toasty character is there, but it's not as sweet on the palate as it is when you smell it. Medium mouthfeel to it, nice gentle carbonation, not too gassy, but it doesn't just become a watery mess in the mouth, which is a good thing. But there are a lot of stouts out there that have a bit more oomph and a bit more body to it. But lovely, freshly ground coffee sort of flavours. That's got that lovely bitterness to it. Definitely get like almost like a roasted peanut flavour in this one, I find. But yeah, little woody tones in there, like almost like a singed barrel sort of presence. But yeah, I mean, obviously with a lower ABV, it's not exactly going to be a heavy beer, and it is a really quite drinkable beer. For me personally, I think this is a very solid beer, don't get me wrong. But if I saw this on the shelf and then the foreign extra stout was there, which is like to me like a more pumped up version of this beer, I would probably go for the foreign extra stout, just for that little bit more of an indulgence with this one. This to me is more of a dry stout, which isn't necessarily my favourite type of stout, but this is so masterfully done, and it's a very good solid example of the style. And Guinness has the brewing heritage, the history, the technical know-how, and aside from some of the beers that they've produced over the past couple of years, very solid product, and this is one of their core beers. Yeah, lovely bitter chocolate flavours in there as well. So I can't remember what score I gave this when we did our live review, but drinking this as it is now, that to me is a very solid 7 out of 10. There's much better for me personally from Guinness, but this is a lot better than some of the other dry stouts that I've had from other breweries. So 7 out of 10, definitely one that I would pick up again, especially when it comes to those colder autumn winter months when you want to be warmed up a little bit but you don't want that alcohol buzz like something that the foreign extra stout will give you. And yeah, very smoky char flavours coming through as well. So yeah, lovely little beer. Check out the live review that we did. Check out Dean's channel as well. Check out Guinness. Of course, check out my stout playlist for some more fine examples of the style. And hopefully you'll join me next time for another beer review. Thank you guys for watching, and I very rarely do a video under 10 minutes these days. Cheers.